Welcome back. Another sessions as part of CBSE 10th Standard Science, and the today's topic name is metals and non-metals. So first, let us look into what are the metals. Then we will discuss about the non-metals. So here we are what are the metals? A substance with high electrical conductivity. So here you can see there is a high electrical conductivity as far as metals are concerned, and they are luster means they are shiny in nature, that means they shine, and malleability, which are readily lose electrons to form positive ions. So basically they are called cations. So metals which lose electrons, they basically lose electrons and to form a positive ions are called cations. So metals of all these elements are can form positive ions by losing electrons. So some of the examples are like iron, aluminium, copper, gold, silver, magnesium, potassium, and calcium. So these are the some of the examples for metals. Then next one. So what are the non-metals? A non-metal is a also like a good insulator for heat and cold. Usually gases or brittle solids are non-metals. So non-metals are the elements which can form negative ions. So negative ions means what? They gain electrons. So as far as metals are concerned, they lose electrons, but non-metals are they gain electrons. Hence they form anions. So for example, like hydrogen, right? Then chlorine, fluorine, carbon, nitrogen, arsenic, phosphorus, selenium. So these are some of the examples for non-metals. Then moving on, so some of the properties we'll discuss about the physical properties. So what are the physical properties of metals? So the first one here, metals are solid except mercury. Okay, then metals are hard, they are usually hard except so exceptions also given in the bracket. You can just make a note, lithium, potassium, and sodium are usually soft. So that's what the exceptions are given here. So metals have a metallic luster which they shine. Metals are malleable, so can be beaten into thin sheets. So if you want to make a thin sheets, maybe copper sheets or maybe aluminum sheets and all, so they are called malleable. Metals are ductile, they can be drawn into wires, just like a copper cable. Right. So metals have a high melting points, like gallium and the cesium have low melting points. So these are again part of the exception part. Then metal have the high melting points, so they melt at a high temperature. Metals are good conductors of heat, so they they are good conductors of heat and electricity. So metals have good conductors of electricity, so here is mentioned here already. And metals are that is sonorous. Sonorous means what? They produce sound. So when they beaten, they produce a sound. So these are some of the physical properties of metals. And now coming to non-metals here. So non-metals are maybe solid, liquid, or gases. For example, in solid, we have a carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, and in liquid form bromine gases, bromine. In gaseous form oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogens, etc. Non-metals are soft usually except diamond. So again exceptions are given in the bracket. You can just note of these points. So diamond is usually hard, very hardest natural substance, which is part of the non-metal. So non-metal do not have luster, usually they won't shine, and non-metals are not malleable, so we cannot convert them into sheets, and we can't convert them also wire type things. So that is ductile. So non-metals which are solid and liquid have the low melting points as well as low boiling points. So non-metals are bad conductors of heat, so hence they use it for only for as a insulators. So non-metals are bad conductors of electricity also, so except graphite, and they are they won't produce any sound, so hence they are not sonorous. So these are some of the physical properties of non-metals. Now coming to chemical properties of metals. So let us first discuss about the chemical properties of metals, then we will discuss about the chemical properties of non-metals. As you can see here, sodium metal react with oxygen at a room temperature to form basic that is sodium oxide. So you can see 4 molecules of sodium plus oxygen here, it gives 2 molecules of sodium oxide. Okay, So on heating, magnesium metal burns in air, giving the magnesium oxide. So that is 2 molecules of magnesium plus oxygen gives, so that is 2 molecules of magnesium oxide. Similarly, like zinc here, so zinc plus oxygen gives zinc oxide. So they usually react with the oxygens. So hence these are the some of the chemical properties of metals. Similarly, chemical properties of non-metals here. So the first one here, reaction of non-metals with oxygen. All non-metal react with oxygen to form acidic or neutral oxides. For example, like carbon forms and acidic carbon dioxide on reacting with oxygen. So you can see carbon plus oxygen, it gives the carbon dioxide. So that is the, so this side we call it as a the reactant here, and here we call it as a products. In the same way, a sulfur react with oxygen of a air to form sulfur dioxide. You can see sulfur plus oxygen gives sulfur dioxide. So these are the chemical properties of non-metal with respect to reactions of non-metal with oxygens. Then so again continuation of the non-metal chemical properties here. So that is, so the second point says about like reactions of non-metals with dilute acids. So non-metal also react with the like dilute acids. So let us see what are the things here. Non-metal do not react with the dilute acids first. So that means they do not react with the acidic. So don't displace like hydrogen from dilute acid here, because non-metals are electron acceptor, so they cannot supply electron to H plus ions. So hence they do not displace hydrogen from the dilute acids. Okay. So then the third one says here like the reactions of non-metals with the chlorine here. So non-metals react with the chlorine to form covalent chloride. For example, like hydrogen react with the chlorine, it gives hydrogen chloride as a product here. Similarly, phosphorus plus chlorine, so it gives phosphorus trichloride. So these are some of the examples part of the metals and non-metals. So for more, so stay tuned to our channel. So thanks for watching.